Hello, Monsters of Bounty, and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 3 and part 6 of my Kugath, the Plaguefather campaign, where Kislev are attacking Karak Dun. God, it's so hard to hold on to settlements these days. I mean, to be fair, it used to be harder, because if this settlement was in Warhammer 2, I would have just auto-resolved it, because there'd be no way in hell. But, oh, they may take it, but they're going to pay for every step they take. Every move they make. I'll be watching them. So you have armoured Kossars. Streltsy has also got, they got Cossacks somewhere. I swear to God they do. I'll tell you what confuses me, right? Is that these guys, the Kossars, have bows, whereas the armoured Kossars have pistols. But the bow and pistol thing looks so similar that I can't tell them apart. You know, from a distance, I look at that and I go, well, that looks like a bow, but it's not. It's a gun. And a mace, apparently. But, yeah, so I was really struggling to tell who was a bow boy and who was a gun boy. Because, of course, bow boys can shoot over heads, whereas gun boys can't. But we're going to be absolutely pounding the armoured Kossars over here. I'm going to bring my Rotflies in, because the Rotflies are actually very tanky. You wouldn't expect flying units to be very tanky. Normally they're fairly squishy, but the Rotflies have reasonable armour. The main defense isn't great, but they just are, I don't know, they just seem to be pretty good at holding units in place. So we're going to do that, and then our big old explosive thing should do a lot of damage. Good stuff. Alright, anyway, the enemy Nikolai here is being surrounded by Nurglings. He's level 18, which means he's not immortal. Sucks to be him. So we're going to make sure he doesn't live anymore. He dead. He's super dead. Because we have the Tally Master advancing up the old hill there. He's going to drop some Spirit Leeches on. I say Spirit Leech, just such a useful spell for a garrison commander to have. Do have some Streltsy heading around the flank. Meanwhile, in other sections of the settlement, we're trying to hold back some more armoured Kossars and Kossars over here. The Spawn of Nurgle doing some damage. Their bonus seems to be they have poison attacks, but, you know, I think pretty much all Chaos Spawn have poison attacks anyway. They do have the Cloud of Flies, though, which does increase that, so their melee defense is 41, which, you know, pretty good, actually. Over here, the Plague Bearers are tanking more Streltsy and Armoured Kossars. Looks like we're going to lose this victory location. Never mind, we don't need it. And over here, Plague Toes holding back the Armoured Kossars for... Basically, we need to hold on to these locations as long as possible, because the more resources we acquire, the more towers we can have, and we need these level 2 towers. The more level 2 towers we have, the more explosive defense towers we have in operation, and if we can keep the enemy bunched up and at bay for long enough, then we can probably do enough damage to either rout the entire army, or alternatively, just... It means they won't be attacking any more settlements for a while, let's put it that way. Nurglings holding more Kossars at bay. So we've got one tower up. We've got 2 towers up. There's another tower over there. This one's a nice little central position there. So that can render support either side. Although not the other, because there's a big old statue in the way, so it does block its line of sight a little bit. The enemy general is getting blatted by towers, by the Tally Master, by all these Nurglings. He's got a lot of Nurglings around him. Slapped in the face. I'm going to send the Nurglings down here because I need to deal with this Streltsy. They've ignored the supply location, but I guess they're desperately trying to save their general. So move over to engage them, because I feel like the enemy general is pretty much already dead. Basically, the Tally Master should be able to finish him off. Some Spirit Leeches, towers helping out. He may be on a bear, but, you know, he's a big bear, isn't he? He's a big old bear boy. Just Just one you... Just, I fucking love the Nurgling animations. They're so good. Just capering fools. Like, what is this one Nurgling doing? I'm fairly sure he should be down here fighting the Streltsy, but he's not. He's up here fighting Nikolai. I think we've almost got him. He's almost down. He's still fighting for the moment. But you can see a lot of these units now not super happy. The Rotflies have eventually fallen, but they kept these guys very busy. And now we have more towers up. So we're now blatting them from every direction. If we can get this tower up as well, this would be a fairly good position. I mean, I feel like this side of the city's lost, all right? We've lost this side of the city. This supply location is not going to hold on for much longer. This one is basically lost anyway. We're just holding them back for the moment. But over here, we do have holding them back from the city centre, and the Nurglings actually doing fair. You know what? I'm constantly surprised by just how effective the Nurglings are, to be honest. They're actually not bad. I will give them that. They are not bad. The enemy general has been defeated. And his bear lying dead in the streets of the city. Good. And the Streltsy now getting absolutely battered by the towers. Starting to lose another supply location. But we've managed to get our 4th tower up. Be up in 40 seconds. And now the enemy forces trying to advance up this ramp are just getting torn to shreds. To be honest, if they open fire on the tower, they'd probably take it down pretty quickly. It's why I don't tend to get the towers at the city's front, because although it's immediately going to start hitting the enemy as advanced, it's also in a very precarious position. I like getting the ones further into the settlement, because then you can lure the enemy back. The missile units then have to be lured into the city as well, which means they're more. It's easier to deal with them. They're not going to get free shots off one of your towers. Of course, Kislev have like 30 seconds of free. Is it 30 or 20 seconds? It's 30 seconds of unbreakableness. So, as their morale becomes wavering, they become unbreakable for 30 seconds. Oof. Oh. Didn't avail them much. Okay, I think we've basically cleared out this section. There's one unit more of armoured Kossars, but to be honest, they're marching up into the range of 4 towers, so I don't think they're going to be doing particularly well. You don't want the towers to become to get like a mass. If you get enough towers up, then you're going to be pretty effective at taking out enemy units. You can see more enemy units trying to get around us behind here, but they try and take this location. They have to sit still in the and that means that they're just going to get blatted for every direction, which is not good for them. Plus, we have our forces moving up. This one unit of armoured Kossars is all they've got left. And they are moving up, and soon they're going to be the only thing to shoot at as well, which is not going to work out for them. We do have several units advancing up this side of the city, 4 units, although they take a lot of damage as they try to advance up. And we've still got Nurglings left to hold them back with any luck anyway. And we do have a Patriarch. It's basically just a priest. But he does have a ruddy great hammer. So, you know, there is that. And a gong. So we're going to Spirit Leech the shit out of him. Kill him. Yeah, these armoured Kossars are now having to march through quite a lot of tower fire there by themselves. And that's not working out for them, unsurprisingly. They're really struggling. We've still got Nurglings to try and hold back the oncoming Streltsy armoured Kossars and Kossars. We are starting to lose ground over here, but we've actually managed to beat back. There's 1 unit of armoured Kossars advancing on us here, but to be honest, we're pretty secure. This section of the city isn't really covered by any of our towers, which is a bit of an issue. I think this one can fire? Potentially? Maybe. This one is kind of blocked, so it's not a great position for us, but we are slowly grinding down those armoured Kossars. The Nurglings are gaining ground. I just love it when they like roll one of their fellows up into a ball and then throw it at the heads of whoever they're fighting. That is a move. Okay, I think we've got this. I think we've got this. It was close, but I think we actually outnumbered the enemy almost. I mean, to be honest, we could just pull back at this point. Pull back and lure them into the tower crossfire, and that would work. But it looks like within 30 seconds, their entire army is going to be routing. And here comes our Plague Bearers. They've got 85 kills so far, and barely a scratch on them, really. And that looks like it's going to do it. We've once again managed to hold on to a settlement through sheer blind grit. Oh, we really chewed those guys up. Nicely done. Got a sort of striking as well. Let us... I'm tempted to take the infections, actually. I mean, we've got so much money.
Make weak with virus.
So much money. We went straight into the realm of Slanesh. We came out smelling like a whore's handbag and clutching many a gold coin between our cleavaged moobs. And I'm sure Papa Nurgle couldn't be more pleased. So a non-aggression pact. I will take that because I have no interest in fighting Skaven. Right, I think we're going to... Right, now we could expand north, but I think what I'm going to do is ignore the north. And instead, because currently I don't have any enemies in that direction. We've pieced out with these guys, so that's fine. So what I think I'm going to do is, I mean, Kislev is starting to be a bit of a pain. So I'm tempted to sort of like come down here and kick the shit out of them. Ooh, we're getting an outpost being constructed. That's good. And we've got Rancid Visitations. That means that the Great Unclean Ones will have that spell when we recruit them. Plus we get a little bit of extra plague duration. I don't know what 1% plague duration is really going to do for us, considering it's usually between 3 and 5 turns. So, I mean, that doesn't seem like it would be that much, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Right, Kugath, do you have a plague? You don't have... You are not plagued. My goodness. Let's do that and that. Infect Kugath. Fine. Right, we don't have to worry about you. Now, we should probably do the quest battle, shouldn't we? We should definitely do the quest battle. So let's do the quest battle. Let's also go with... Let's upgrade Soul Blight.
The rotting Poxmaker.
Let's upgrade you, because we have the money to... Wait, hang on. Let's upgrade you instead, because you're on the coastline, which is probably more of a problem. Are these guys... They don't seem to be, like, recruiting more. No, I was talking about if you're recruiting... Don't worry about it. Okay, we're going to head towards... Considering this army has been soundly beaten, we're going to head towards Karak Dam. But the public order is... Could be worse. It could be worse. Could be better, could be worse. I don't know why you'd ever want to build these buildings, considering they cost 13k. They only cost 10k before. Why does it cost 13 all of a sudden? Oh, is it because... No. They don't cost 10k. Why does it cost 13? Did they always cost 13? Was I imagining things? This wouldn't be the first time. 10k. So why does it cost 13k over there? What's the difference? Do we know? You know what? I'm not going to worry about it. It's no point stressing over things I don't understand. It's pretty much how I get through life. That's how I've lived so long. God damn it. Okay, so let's... I mean, more casualty replenishment rate isn't the worst thing to have. It's not the worst thing to have. I'm tempted now. I do have some saved lords. Jesus, Andrew Wakefield's going to cost me 20k. He is level 30 though. He's a level 30 Great Unclean one. He would cost 20k to recruit. He is contagious, so that's a bonus. We've also got Leprosa the Undying, who he was in. God, he got attacked by like. So there's a campaign I was playing. I was at Carrick Dump. I got attacked by 2 stacks of Kislev troops, and he had like 4 plague bearers and a couple of Nurglings, and he, along with the garrison, held off all of them. And so he became the Leprosa the Undying because, you know, what a lad. What an absolute lad. So we could recruit Andrew, but, you know, 20k is... It's a lot of money, but he is a Great Unclean one, and at level 31 at that. So he's quite good. So we could do that. That's an option. I'm hoping that Fort Dolandia, whatever it is, gets captured by Khorne, but it doesn't look like they're actually doing... They're just raiding. They're not actually doing any recruiting. Yeah, okay. Well, the Legion of Chaos has captured a soul. Looks like Legion of Chaos, Exiles, Corner, Seducer, Slanesh have got them so far. The Oracles of Zinch are also in the realm of Slanesh. And Nurgle factions have access to more powerful unholy manifestations, which means we now get access to this one, the Blessing of Nurgle, which increases the chance of plague spreading by 100%. So what we could do is we could whack that one there. It doesn't cost us anything to do. Whack that one there, like that, and that's then going to increase. Now, we were discussing this in the Total War Partners Discord. There's no, like, I don't know what the base chance of spreading plague is. Like, there's no, it doesn't tell you anywhere what the base chance is. So if it says 100% chance, I don't know what that is. Where there's like a 20% chance of spreading plague to start off with, and therefore 100% would increase that by 20%, or whether it's like a 10%. So basically, I don't know what that actually does. It increases it, which is good, but how much by? We don't know. We're just not sure. Now, what I could do with is more fast-moving units. So, I'm going to get rid of these Nurglings. And we're going to get those. And the reason we're going to do that is because... Why can't you move? Is that because I already moved you this turn? It's because I already moved you this turn. I thought there was another turn. I was wrong. Or maybe I was right. I don't know. I mean, that's the question, isn't it? You want a non-aggression pact for... No, I'm not paying you that much money for a non-aggression pact. Get the fuck out of there. Alright, Dumb receives a plague. That's called Dominates. Stormwracked Mountains received a plague. It's plagues all round. And we've got Demonic Frenzy because the gates are about to close. Are you still... Oh, wait. Does this... Okay, because campaign movement is disabled for 3 turns. That's why. That's the thing. Never mind. Yeah, we didn't have anywhere to go anyway, really. I'm making perfect time. If only I had somewhere to go. Well, I do have somewhere to go. I want to go over here. But because I know what this quest battle is. I've fought it several times, and I definitely need some flying units to deal with the annoying reinforcements that will show up. Bit of a problem otherwise. Hello. No, I'm not. Why? What the? Greasus, why would I need military access? You live in the mountains miles away. It's like someone from the Himalayas phoning me up and going, if you give me 50 quid, I'll let you stand on my lawn. No, I don't want to. Go away. Go, get the fuck out of here. Right, okay, so we've got this going on. I could tell you to get the hell out of here. I'm not super worried about that. And we've only got 6 control here. So public order is not going to be particularly great. Plus we're being raided, of course. So that's not a win, is it? And you guys just aren't doing anything. Oh, you've got Lurgy. That's good. If you had another rebellion, are you under siege? Oh, you are under siege. Oh, interesting. Interesting. We could potentially use that against them. So we get festering. That might be good. Double experience for fighting Kislev. Growth in settlements with temperate climes. Let's get Rock Glorious Lot. I tend to use the heal when I get it. You don't tend to accrue. What do we want here? I guess control. You don't tend to accrue many the army ability battle spell thing for Nurgle. It's very slow. On the other hand, your abilities are quite powerful because they tend to like spread. So whereas most of the army abilities for the other factions tend to be sort of like single target ones or area of effect sometimes, but Nurgle gets ones that spreads between his units, so that's quite useful. Okay, now we can go. I could teleport, but it's going to cost me money, and I don't really want to spend money at this point. It's true what they say, isn't it? The rich just don't want to spend money. And indeed, I don't want to, so we're not going to. I've got a lot of characters here. To be honest, I probably don't need this many. I could probably send... I mean, I kind of want... What do I want you? What are you even doing in here? Well, you're here for the moment. I might send you elsewhere in a bit, but it's fine for the moment. How much growth? We've got one turn and we can get the Nurgle Thickets for Stormfront Mountain, and all of our settlements are upgraded fully. Well, apart from the capital, of course, but we're working on that one.
The Nurglings.
Yeah, the cheeky little devils. You are... Oh, there's ogres over there. Okay. I am going to... Defensive Alliance. Who are you at war with? You're at war with the Pleasure Tides. Don't really care about them. Crackerjack, I'm also at war with them. The Putrid Swarm. Oh, the Plague... Oh, so the Pleasure Tide and the Putrid Swarm are going to be the factions that come out of the gates. So, to be honest, that actually kind of works out for me. And I could potentially... Now, what I could do is build an outpost and potentially get some flesh hounds or something. And they would be good at chasing some units down for me. Dharma's received. Oh, we're doing very well here. Have we actually managed to unlock? We need some more. It needs to be a little bit more, but it's getting there. Right, let's go and do this, shall we? Let's go and get our necrotic doobry whatsits. It says close to feet, but you can do more base weapon damage. What would that be good on? I'm thinking maybe... I mean, the Exalteds do have a base weapon strength of like 52. Well, 34. I'm going to stick that on them. Because that's going to give them additional 12% plus. It's only if they're winning in combat, but, you know, they're Exalted Plague Bearers. They're going to win a lot of combats.
Slops are graver. Beggars crab. Finger more. And skip that down. I crave what I crave. And that is dwarf and scum. I will have their hands and heads in my vice. So, best to infect them with fetid blood lies.
Quest Battle's a bit of a dick, really, for a couple of reasons. First, the enemy army has Iron Drakes and Iron Breakers, so that's fun. Of course, the Iron Drakes are particularly nasty, because they're all mostly sort of bunched up infantry. We're going around the flanks with the Plague Toads. You can see that I've sent Furies over here and the Rockflies over here, and that's because at some point during the battle, the enemy will receive reinforcements. Artillery reinforcements coming from either flank, which I think is a bit of a dick move, to be honest, because as Nurgle, you're a slow-moving force, and, oh my god, Kugat's getting his ass kicked. Holy shit! He's down to 3. Okay, we've dropped a Locus of Fecundity on him. That's giving him some heals. He'll be fine. He's got loads of health. He'll be alright. Don't worry about him. We summoned in some Furies and sent them to engage the Iron Drakes to keep them busy while the Plague Toads finish off the Thunderers and the Exalted Plague Bearers move in to engage the Quarrelers there. Should be able to deal with that. Here come the enemy reinforcements. Yes, so we will get a unit of... It's not even just artillery. If it was just artillery, it would be fine. But no, they also send some Giant Slayers with it. So that's, you know, a complete dick move, in my opinion. Because they will guard this artillery, which means we have to be very careful about dealing with that. More reinforcement artillery will show up over here as well. So you can see instantly we're being... So we've engaged in the centre with a slow-moving force. Generally. You can get fast-moving units as Nurgle, but generally, early on, you're probably going to be a very slow-moving force. And now you've got artillery pounding you from either side. Which, if you first play this quest battle, you're not ready for. It's really fairly brutal. And then Longbeard shot as well. So then you're having to deal with them too. It's actually a fairly tricky quest battle. There are definitely some quest battles that are a walk in the park. And this is the only quest battle I've fought in Warhammer 3 so far. But this one's... he's a tricky dicky. He is a tricky dicky. So the Furies are mucking up the cannons quickly over here because I don't know what the Giant Slayers usually stay back, but they wandered off. So I was like, right, get it. Get them, boys. More artillery now showing up over here. The Rot Flies are going to try and pick off the cannons with their Death Head attacks. Let's be careful that we don't charge, because of course these guys are large, and so the Giant Slayers will just completely fuck our Plague Drones of Nurgle up very, very quickly, so we have to be very, very careful of that. I told you Kugath would be fine. Look at that. He's got 50% health again. No worries. Enemy General is fleeing the battle, and we're going to make sure he doesn't come back, as Crow Botherer is going to slice up his bottom with a mace, which is very hard to do, actually. Slice people up with a mace. That's a mood. Holding back quite a horde of dwarves over here with the Exalted Plague Bearers and the Plague Toads. We're getting smashed by the artillery, though. I think most of the Iron Drakes have been dealt with, and we just need to finish off the last remaining miners with their blasting charges. And yeah, the artillery does like to pick on Kugath. The first time I played this battle, he got pretty rinsed by enemy artillery. We've managed to destroy the cannon, and we're now luring the Giant Slayers away so then we can attack the Grudge Thrower and hopefully knock that one out as well. Good work, guys. Meanwhile, over the other side of the battlefield, we have engaged the Giant Slayers with the summoned in Furies, and oh, they're crumbling. Get out there, boys! Run! Run, my flies! Fly! Fly! Shit! I will say that although I think it's something to do with flying units, but I mean the Rot Flies have like fairly bulky mass. If I can have a look at, there we go. Yeah, go there. So they've got 870 mass, whereas the dwarves have a mass of 160, which suggests that the Rotflies should be able to push through them fairly easily. But as you can see, they're getting really caught up on them, and it's quite hard to actually pull them out of that engagement, which is quite frustrating. It's the same against goblins, and they've got a mass of like 80, and your Rotflies are just like, I can't get out of this. I don't know what to do. So I think there might be an issue with flying units and mass, would be my guess. Okay, we've managed to lock down all of this. This looks good. Kugath is finishing off some Iron Breakers. We should move some Plague Bearers up to render some assistance. The Exalted Plague Bearers are taking quite a bit of damage, but there's still 50 of them, so we should be fine. Crow Botherer is helping them as well. We've managed to take out all of the enemy artillery with the Furies, and now the Giant Slayers are now moving over to join the party in the centre. The Rotflies as well. So the Giant Slayers are now advancing. So that means the Rotflies can take out the artillery and we can stop that incessant firing. Get him, Kugath. Okay, I think we got this. Looks like army losses are racking up. The Exalted Plaguebearers taking a huge amount of punishment, but did manage to kill 93. Just by the little selves. 719 damage value there. That's pretty good. Although I think the Chaos Furies actually did very well as well. Having taken out that artillery. Nurglings rolling straight into that blob of giant slayers, because they're the summoned in ones, which means we can pop them, which is going to do some. It did do some damage, to be fair. There was some damage there. Okay, we'll send our Plague Bearers in, because the Plague Bearers are very tanky. The giant slayers are pretty killy, but they don't have any armor, which means our Plague Bearers should do fairly well against them. Oh god, I hate flying giant slayers. They're just a unit that does a lot of damage, and you can shoot them to death. That does help, but if you're an army which doesn't really have any missile units, then the only real way you can deal with them is by meleeing them to death, which they tend to do a lot of damage in return. I'll send the Furies in to attack the rear, and hopefully that will speed up things. And the giant slayers over here are slowly succumbing as well, with the rest of the dwarves fleeing the battlefield. I think the quest battle's quite hard, but then Oki, the 19 things guy, did it with 19 Nurglings, so, you know, I mean, could just be that I'm bad at games. Just can't be true. So I'm going to take, yeah. And we've got necrotic missiles, which increases the number of projectiles. We get 2 Nurglings rather than 1 when you throw them. Income post-battle loot, Nurgle corruption, recruitment cost reduction, and melee attack and weapon strength. Which is, it's alright, isn't it? It's alright. It's nice. Okay, I think we're going to... Now, it might be you guys are actually...
To be honest, I'd rather be raiding.
Okay.
You have my time.
You guys might actually be moving on Kislev there, so it might be... I mean, I
must fine-tune my plagues.
So, I mean, are you under... I think you're under siege. And you don't look happy. You look like you're going to have another rebellion, although your rebellions don't seem to be doing very much to you. Okay, well, at least we can upgrade you. That's good. Then we can move back over here, and we can see if we've got any fresh new units to recruit, potentially. Oh, mind you, we don't have to recruit there, do we? We can recruit anywhere. That's the joy. So we're going to get another Exalted Plague Bearer. They cost 250, but I think they're well worth it. And let's get another one of those. Let's do something like that. I'm going to grab... I'm going to go grab Deadeye for that reload time reduction. I think that'd be quite nice. Get him chucking those Nurglings at high speeds. And... yes, we're going to go Rancid Visitations just so we have 2 options there. You are going to be... right, in 1 more level you can get Gate of Nurgle. I mean, we could save our skill points. I might do that, actually. I might do that. And you are going to be casting... spells, because I want that arcane conduit, because if we can get a couple of plague ridden in here with arcane conduit, that's going to give us significant big boosts. I think you are going to be you're going to be an agent, I think. So you're going to come out here. Now, to get more plague ridden, I need settlements which have trade goods, because the trade good building is what gives me more. I don't have a normal building that will give me additional cultists and shit. I need to get those trade goods. The only issue is, like, the closest trade goods to us are obsidian over here, There's dyes over here, wood over here, and tusks over here. None of which are really in my natural sort of expansion grounds. I think that's a kind of an oversight, to be honest. Considering that Nurgle is a faction that needs a lot of money and kind of has the buildings to do that, but needs money to get the buildings to get the money, plus has very expensive buildings and recruitment, I feel like maybe a gold mine would not be far off. Maybe, or maybe just a trade good somewhere, just to give you, because trade goods also increase the income you get by 15%, which I feel like there should be a trade goods settlement somewhere in Nurgle's territory. To be honest, I honestly think that would be really useful for him. How many more do we need? Oh, we're almost there. Holy shit! It's happening. Okay, we've got one more turn on that plague, so what we'll do is we'll march over here. I keep pressing that, but we don't need it. You've got... Okay, that's good. So, research-wise,
Our most acceptable outcome.
it's going to increase the chance of plague spreading by 5%, which is really good. Recruitment cost reduction is nice. Upkeep reduction for Forsaken. I don't really have Forsaken. Casualty, I mean, 2% casualty is not really very much. It seems ludicrously low for a reset. I mean, I feel like 5% would be minimum, wouldn't it? Really? 2% just seems like a weird number. More growth in frozen climates. I mean, that would be nice, but to be honest, we don't actually have many frozen climates. It's mostly chaos, and I mean, Carrick Dun is mountain as well. So again, that's not really that useful. So I'm going to get the Curse of Leper for that 5% increased chance of plague spread. And no, again, stop it.
What gifts do you bring?
Hello. You want me to join your war against those guys? To be honest, I don't. I'm going to say no because I just feel I would declare war on someone. They're just going to march their armies down to attack me, and I've got other things to be doing, to be brutally honest. So we need to kill an enemy of the Septic Claw, which is fine. We've got a plague, that's good. And where is... There you are. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Can we build an outpost? No, because you don't have any available settlements, you complete bastard. Why do you not? Is it because someone else has put hang on. Has someone else got there first? Am I sloppy seconds? Clan Moulder? Get the fuck out of here. Fine. Well, okay, we'll have to keep an eye on that. And try and build an outpost when we can. Let's go and pop in Stormfret Mountain. You are still wandering around, aren't you? You do not have anything better to be doing than slowly dying from attrition. Is that all you can do? So, I'm actually going to get another Chaos Fury.
Specimens for the battle study.
I'm going to get some more frogs.
Require
Because I love them frogs.
the most
And
specimens required.
you're still level 12. That's fine. Just waiting on the growth now. If we can get the growth and upgrade our buildings, get some more sort of like those upgraded buildings, get some of those higher level units, and then decide sort of what we're going to do next. You want military access for monies? I will give you military access for money because that means I can go through your territory as well, which is good. I think what I need to do, the love bug, we could make the Oracles of Zinch love us. Yeah, all right. Yeah, okay, we've got fused armor. Armor speed and perfect vigor, which is quite nice actually. We could pop that on you. There we go. Do we have an enchanted eye? Oh, you got the brass cleaver. Enchanted. No, but we do have some of these. I could fuse that. What's that going to give us? Talisman of Endurance. That's actually exactly what I needed. No, it's not. Nope, I lied. It's not what I needed. Shield of Potterloss and Charm Shield. We can fuse that one. obsidian amulet. We've got 2 obsidian amulets. I can fuse those. That's going to give us the Book of Asher, which is actually quite a nice one to have. So the counter's got the brass cleaver. You've got a power stone. That's fine. Kugath, you are the agent. Ivac. Now, you don't have anything. So we can give you a brass cleaver, talisman of endurance, the Book of Asher. And that seems good. That seems fine. Excellent. More winds of magic just in general, which is just very nice. You'll still do. Right, so I think what we're going to do, because it looks like you're about to fall, and actually that would kind of work out for me, because what I could do is land there, take frozen landing, secure the coastline. At that point, I could potentially sort of like plug the gap here, and that way Kislev can't come out onto the coastline and constantly harass me. It looks like some of these guys aren't doing too badly. In my previous campaigns, Kislev has become quite strong, and I feel like dealing with them sort of early on is probably a good shout. So maybe that's what we'll be doing, but that will have to wait until next time. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.